Hello and welcome back to my channel. Good to see you here. So this week we're going to check out Mascouche, Quebec and some of the trail systems in and around there. So Mascouche, Quebec is a fairly decent sized township in Quebec. It's combined with Terrebonne down here. Mascouche is up here, this whole area. These are some of the trails we'll take a look at after down in Terrebonne. Let's take a look at what we have here. I kind of consider this the north side. I call it the north side. I mean, it doesn't have an official name. And then here's the south side trails of Mascouche. So it's kind of divided by this road called Mascouche Boulevard. Mascouche Boulevard is right here. What you can do is you can park right in here, which is where I parked. It's a gravel parking, or you can park in here. This is a community center. You can park right in here too. So you end up going from the parking lot up. You hit this one, Traverse. Traverse is all good. There's just a little bit of construction right here. And then you hit this road right here called Saint-Marie. Now, once you're on Saint-Marie, you can either go this way and you can come in here like this. See where my mouse is? And you can pick up this trail system by going in there. Okay. Or you can do what I did, which is I went in through here, which is, I believe that road's called Robin Crest. So if you go into Robin Crest, you can see how there's some trails here. What happens, you'll notice a little offshoot trail, and that gets you into these main trails here. So let's take a look at this trail called Parc à Chien, and then we can talk about some of these trails up here, because there's a lot to discuss here to kind of keep the flow streamlined. There's a lot to discuss. So let's do that. Let's get into it. This was a pretty good trail, I think. Even going up it, there was a few downhill sections. It wasn't too bad as a climbing trail. It's doable, I would say, like intermediate. Coming down, it must be fun though. But otherwise, yeah, all good. Nice little kind of ravine type trail. And yes, that noise is my rotor. I need a new front rotor. Whoa, spicy. Oh, that's beauty. Nice ravine. Wow, nice. Okay, so I didn't bother getting any video of Traverse. It's just like a double track four-wheel trail. The next part of the video, you'll see me entering in off of Robin Crest Road, as explained previously. One crazy thing about this place is that there's a massive set of power lines that run through the whole trail network. They buzz and they crackle, you'll hear that. And your bike will give you shocks when you go underneath them. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so now we just crossed the power lines and we're right about here, and I'm just going to show just a short video of right from here, fire trail going down this way if you follow my mouse, which is essentially going backwards. So the green trail is a nice trail just to pound out a few laps on. It's like a topsoil sand mix, fairly hard packed. It rolls really well. It's kind of like a ATV style trail. The grading on it, it's fairly flat the whole way around, so it's good stuff. All right, now for the fun stuff, for the real mountain biking. So we're gonna take a trail called Les Ponts, and it starts here from the fire road, and then it leads into La Suite des Ponts, as you can see right here. And this is a good trail, so this is definitely worth it. It's probably one of the highlights of this North Trail network here. There's only one, right about here, there's only one hike-a-bike climb, and otherwise it's fun ride, a lot of ups and downs and fairly decent flow. And let's just jump into it and check it out. Steep and rooty, just the way I like it. Or maybe not. That was a really technical section, so just bear in mind, really steep, really rooty, so watch your footing. So most of the offshoot trails in this trail network, they dive down into the ravine. So you'll have kind of a downhill and then it runs along the ravine bottom. So this was edited for length, but it actually runs along the bottom here for quite a long time, and then you make your way back up along the side of the ravine. So it makes for a nice trail. But as you'll see in some of the other trails, it kind of is a detriment in a way, but we'll discuss that later and check that out. So as you can see, the trail is punctuated with punchy climbs, but there's sections that open up enough to allow for some pretty good flow. So I think the pain reward ratio is it's acceptable. So if you notice, there's a bunch of bridges on this trail, which leads me to believe that's how it got its name. Alright, so when you get to this section, make sure to hang a right. It's kind of hidden. I blew past it last time and crossed that really sketchy bridge, but that just kind of leads you back to the beginning. But if you want to finish the rest of the trail, you got to make sure to hang that right. And that's it. Okay, so this is just a small alternative line that I discovered. It's really short. I just thought I'd throw it in. Alright, so we're back on the main trail. Alright, so let's talk quickly about some of the other trails. So there's good news and there's bad news. So what happened was the battery on my GoPro ran out. I didn't get video of any of these other ones. So Cynthia, Drop and S, and Loup du Fond. I'll just cover them really quickly. I think it's going to save everybody a lot of time. So as I mentioned too, like a lot of these trails, they kind of dip down into the ravine. So what happens is that you start off here, okay, and you got a nice downhill. And then what happens, you get to the bottom of the ravine. It's a pretty tough climb back, kind of almost like a hike-a-bike back up. And then if we click on Drop and S, the way they have it here, it comes down, you got a really nice downhill. But again, you're going down into the ravine. And then this section up here, this back section, it's total hell. You're hike-a-biking, you're in clay. It looks like they tried to make a bit of a switchback section, but it's like super, super steep. There's a couple little drops and some wood carpentry down here, which can be kind of fun. But again, just keep in mind, you're doing a nice downhill. You're hike-a-biking back up. And again, that's just applied, same thing to Loup du Fond. You can do the smaller or the larger loop, but the back sections here, they're really tough. You're pretty much hike-a-biking back up. So for Loup du Fond, I would say pass, okay? I'm going to say hard pass on Drop and S. And then Cynthia, I think you can try it, but I would do soft pass on Cynthia. It's just going to burn you out. So I would say on all these, this guy, this guy, this guy, I would just leave them out. So as discussed earlier, the fire trail, it's a nice trail to just pound out a few laps on. And then Les Ponts is definitely the gem of this northern system here. Hopefully that's helpful and it sums things up, and I think we're going to go check out the some of the southern trails here. So there's a few surprises in this system down here too. That'll be the next video.